Ever feel like you're just totally bombarded these days? Like deadlines and information overload and just like stuff?
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, maybe this will help.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into something that could be the antidote Metta Bhavana meditation.
I like it. So we're talking about cultivating kindness today.
Yeah, but not in like a vague, feel-good way.
Right.
This is like next-level kindness stuff.
I'm intrigued.
The source you shared, it's like this cool blend of blog-style intro, and then bam, traditional Buddhist wisdom describes it as cultivating kindness.
And you know what's so fascinating about Metta Bhavana is that it's like deeply rooted in these ancient Buddhist teachings.
Mm-hmm.
But the wisdom is like incredibly relevant to all the challenges we're facing today.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it all starts with the term itself, Metta Bhavana.
Mm-hmm.
It literally means cultivating kindness in Pali,
Oh.
which is an ancient Indian language.
And to really get why it's significant, it helps to understand its place in Buddhist practice.
Okay, yep.
Metta Bhavana is actually part of Samatha Bhavana, which is a broader category of meditations focused on calming and steadying the mind.
Okay, so it's like laying the groundwork to
Still-
go deeper.
Like building a strong foundation so you can stack those meditation blocks high.
Exactly. But okay, let's get real for a sec. Why should you listening care about Metta Bhavana?
Yeah, good question.
Imagine you're facing a deadline, right? But instead of stressing out, you're met with this like sense of calm and focus.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of power this has.
It's true. And in a world that just bombards us constantly with information and demands Metta Bhavana, it's like a mental decluttering tool.
I love that.
By cultivating kindness, we clear out the negativity.
Yes.
And then we make space for more clarity and peace.
Yes. And it's not just our inner world. This stuff, it like ripples outward into our relationships too.
100%.
So how do we actually tap into this Metta Bhavana magic?
Well, your source breaks it down into 5 steps.
Okay. Love a good numbered list.
Right. So these steps provide a roadmap, whether you're totally new to meditation or have been doing it for years.
I like it. Something for everyone.
Exactly.
Okay, so step 1, self-compassion. And I'll admit, this one can feel kind of awkward at first.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Instead of just repeating phrases like, may I be well, the key is to actually embody the feeling.
It's not just saying the words, it's about cultivating a genuine sense of warmth and care towards yourself.
So imagine like this warm, comforting light radiating from within as you genuinely wish yourself well. Just take a moment to feel that warmth.
No judgment, just pure self-kindness.
Okay, ready for step 2?
Let's do it.
Now that you're like radiating good vibes inward, it's time to send them outward.
Okay.
Think of someone you absolutely adore.
Okay.
Someone who just brings a smile to your face instantly.
Got him.
Now imagine sending them those same loving, positive vibes.
Yeah.
Feel that warmth radiating towards them.
Yeah.
Wishing them well-being and happiness.
So powerful.
Right.
Mark. Not so hard.
Because we're extending that same kindness beyond ourselves and our inner circle.
Exactly. But things are about to get a little more challenging with steps 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so step 3 brings us to the neutral person.
This should be interesting.
Right. Like think of someone you encounter regularly but don't really know.
Yeah.
Like maybe the barista at your coffee shop or someone on your commute. It doesn't even have to be someone specific. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just picture someone you have no strong feelings towards, good or bad.
Okay.
Now imagine extending that same warmth and kindness you cultivated for yourself and your loved one to this neutral person.
Okay.
It might feel a little strange at first,
Yeah.
but stick with it.
Yeah, just see what happens.
And see if you can tap into that sense of shared humanity.
Oh, I like that.
Like that understanding that we all want happiness and well-being,
Right.
even if our lives look totally different.
And that leads us to the step that I think tends to give people the most pause.
Yeah,
Extending metta to a difficult person.
this one can be tough.
Yeah,
We've all got them.
definitely.
Someone who pushes our buttons,
Oh, yeah.
maybe a coworker who's constantly negative, or even a family member we clashed with.
For sure. And it's important to acknowledge that this step can bring up some resistance.
Oh, absolutely.
But remember, Metta Bhavana isn't about forcing ourselves to feel warm and fuzzy towards someone who's hurt us. It's more about like finding that tiny seed of compassion,
Okay.
recognizing that even difficult people are capable of suffering.
Your source had a really good example here.
Okay, what was that?
They said, try to imagine this difficult person as a small child,
Oh,
maybe even experiencing a hard time.
yeah.
It's not about condoning their actions,
Right. Of course not.
but remembering that everyone at their core deserves kindness.
And think about it this way. If you can cultivate even a little bit of compassion for someone who challenges you, imagine how much lighter you'll feel.
Yeah, it's like you're freeing yourself.
Yes, exactly. Metta Bhavana helps us break free from those cycles of anger and resentment, and then it creates more space for peace and understanding.
Okay, so we've sent out good vibes to ourselves, loved ones,
Yeah.
neutral folks, and even those difficult people.
The whole gang's here.
Ready for the grand finale.
Let's do it.
Step 5 is about extending metta to all beings.
Talk about expanding our circle of compassion, right?
Right. This is where we go big.
Okay, I'm ready.
Imagine that warm, radiant light of metta expanding outward from you, encompassing your neighborhood, your city,
Wow, yeah.
the planet,
Keep going.
the entire universe.
Whoa.
I find this step incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
It reminds me that we're all interconnected,
Totally.
part of something so much bigger than ourselves.
100%. And you know what? There's this one little detail in the source that really drives this home.
Okay, what's that?
It mentions an ancient Buddhist text called the Karaniya Metta Sutta. Have you ever heard of it?
I have heard of that. It's like the Buddha's discourse on loving kindness.
Yeah. And it beautifully illustrates the principles of Metta Bhavana.
And while the source doesn't directly quote it, they emphasize this idea of extending compassion not just to those we like or love,
Yeah.
but to every single being without exception.
And that's what's so cool about connecting this practice to something so ancient.
I know.
Like we're tapping into this deep well of wisdom that's been transforming lives for generations.
Okay, so we've unpacked the what and the how of Metta Bhavana.
We did it.
But let's bring it back to you, dear listener.
Yeah, what does this actually look like in your life?
Right. Because it's not just about blissful states of mind while you're sitting on a meditation cushion.
It's about how we live our lives, you know?
So we're talking about weaving those good vibes into the fabric of our everyday experiences.
Exactly.
Like how we handle a difficult coworker, a stressful commute,
Right.
even disagreements with loved ones.
Metta Bhavana gives us a new way to approach those situations.
It's like having a superpower, you know?
It really is.
The ability to just choose kindness even when it's hard.
And just think about the ripple effects.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're calmer, more centered, more compassionate, doesn't that naturally just rub off on the people around you?
Totally. It's like you're radiating those good vibes wherever you go.
And the best part is cultivating this kind of compassion.
Yeah.
It's not just good for others. It's actually been shown to reduce stress, improve focus.
Really?
Yeah. Even boost your overall well-being.
It's a win-win.
Totally. You feel better, and you make the world a slightly brighter place.
I love that. Okay, but here's something I was thinking about.
Okay, what's that?
The source focuses a lot on, generating those positive feelings of kindness and compassion.
Which is a good place to start, right?
Oh, totally.
But it did get me thinking.
About?
Well, life isn't always sunshine and rainbows, right?
True, true.
We all have those moments of anger, frustration, sadness.
Even a little jealousy now and then.
Exactly. It's part of being human. And it made me wonder,
Okay.
what role does understanding and accepting those more difficult emotions play in cultivating true compassion?
Oh, that's a good one. Because it's easy to be kind when things are good,
Right. But what happens when you're facing a challenge or someone's pushing your buttons?
Right.
So is pushing those feelings down actually helping us be kinder? Or could there be a different way of looking at it?
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
One where we acknowledge those maybe not so pleasant parts of ourselves with more, awareness.
Now that is something to meditate on. Maybe true compassion isn't just about sending out those good vibes.
Right.
But also about meeting ourselves and others with understanding.
Yeah.
Even in those messy moments.
And that is the beauty of a deep dive like this. It's not about us giving you the answers, but about getting you thinking,
Yes.
exploring further, cultivating your own unique path of kindness and understanding.
So there you have it. Our crash course on Metta Bhavana.
From ancient wisdom to modern day applications.
And remember, this is just the beginning.
It's true. We're just planting seeds here.
Exactly. We've given you the tools. Now go out there and cultivate some kindness.
Who knows? You might just start a ripple effect of your own.
Oh.